First of all, congratulations on this movie.
Thank you.
Quite it's quite intense, especially the way we get introduced to your character. What was it like getting into that scene? Because you're eating cake in the middle of
Yeah,
all this
yeah,
chaos.
but there are no spoilers. No spoiler alert, dude. I gotta tell you, 20 plus years of career, it's the best character intro I've ever had.
Definitely.
It's absolutely insane. It sets the tone also for what kind of movie you're watching and what kind of character you're dealing with. And I remember shooting that and just thinking, oh my god, like how am I supposed to play this?
Mhm.
Right? How am I supposed to just be here eating cake in the middle of all this gruesome scenery, right? And I just, thought I was gonna play it as cool can get. Like I'm just gonna think like I'm a surgeon in ER, right? I'm like, this is my daily life, like this is what you get.
Definitely. And what kind of conversations do you have with a director? Because your character is very dark, but at the same time, he has a lot of funny lines.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing about Wapo is that he's kind of another movie inside a movie,
Yeah.
right? Like you have this tone in the movie, and suddenly like this guy comes on board and you're like, what the hell is this? Like what am I watching now, right? So the whole idea with John was when I first got the script, it was kind of an outline. It was not even a real character, to be honest with you. Like it was this idea of a facilitator, right? And then with John in our conversations, I told him, listen, I lived in Venezuela. I know the conflict. I'm in Colombia. I'm Colombian. I know the conflict in the border. I've lived in Venezuela. I think that if we can find the correct moment to kind of sprinkle that reality and that depth into it, I just think it's going to add to the character. So it's just not a random dude.
Mhm.
It's a dude that actually, even if he's a mercenary, there's something to him. Like he could have walked away at any given moment, and he just like, no, we're gonna finish this.
Definitely. And you have a lot of action scenes. What kind of preparation and training do you go through in order to be able to go through all these military style like action scenes?
Well, I didn't train for this movie. Like it all happened very fast, but I do have a lot of training. Especially when I did Six for the History Channel. That's a military drama, and it's about a SEAL Team Six unit, and we got trained in extensively and very harshly. They sent us to this place called SEAL Fit in San Diego, and we went through surf torture to buddy carry to sleep deprivation to 9 hour hike. It was intense, man. But that created, a level of brotherhood between us that till today we still have a chat and we talk about the experience, right? So that's the thing about the military and any kind of military exercises. It's very easy to bond and create family. So I didn't have exclusive training for this, but I have been very well trained.
And you have cast members like Frank Grillo who are quite intense in the way they present themselves. How was it working with him and the rest of your cast?
Look, I had already working with Bo on a film called Vandal. I did not know Swain, but he's just a very cool dude. Eden Brolin, who's Josh Brolin's daughter, and she is cool as cool can get. And Josh, he's amazing because he's this kind of kid that's kind of really not a kid anymore, but he gives that vibe, and he's got the best energy. Um, Super fun to be around with. And then you have Frank, of course, and Frank is he's a pleasure to work with because he knows his shit. It's like Frank knows this business inside out.
Mhm.
So he knows all that needs to be known to make a film. From the inception to the shooting to the post production to the selling, right? Like
Mhm.
he's on, and on set, he knows that time is precious, and I think that's one of the best qualities an actor can have. It's just knowing that that we don't have a lot of time and we have to get it done, and I love that. I love working with professional people, and Frank, well, he's as professional can get.
Definitely. And with the movie being so intense and the script being so so intense. How do you unwind at the end of the day? And what kind of camaraderie did you build up with your cast members?
We're just playing around. It's not we're not curing cancer, you
Hmm.
know. We're playing. That's it. And the good thing is that because we were shooting on location, you get to spend a lot of time with people. Like if you're shooting near your hometown, you just you finish on set and you go home. Like here, it's like you're in the hotel, you're in the dining room, you're in the pool, and you're in the jungle, and it just creates this permanent bond that's like an ongoing relationship, right?
Definitely. And yeah, the scenery is beautiful, beautiful, even though you're in a, a military style, you know, shooting environment. How were you guys able to go out and, enjoy your location after shooting?
Not that much, right? When you're shooting, it gets intense, but hey, it's Colombia, and Colombia's a beautiful country. So, just having, the privilege of just, you hop on a car, you drive for an hour, you hop out of the road, you drive for another hour, and suddenly you're like really, really in the middle of nowhere, and you're like, you have to appreciate, how lucky you are to be able to experience that.
Mhm. Definitely. And without doing any spoilers, you're at the end of the movie, you come out with your real nickname. What was it like to present that type of response to Frank Grillo out of all people? Because he's always so serious.
That was, that was, that was an ongoing joke on set that I had. This is the level of collaboration with John Swab,
Mhm.
right? Like, just came with the most absurd idea for the end, right? The last scene of the character. In the most dramatic moment, I told John, like, John, I think we should throw a joke. The only thing he told me was, okay, but don't tell Frank. Just shoot him the line. Let's see how he reacts. So it was hilarious, dude. As you said, like Frank being so serious, and he was just like looking at me like, "You mother." Mm-mm-mm.
Mhm.
It was wonderful, dude. It was so fun. I will never forget that moment.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. And this is a very good watch. So thank you very much
Thank
for
you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.